Hello and welcome to this channel. This is Mama Beluga, and this channel is about cetacean captivity and wild cetaceans and that whole debate going on there. I am strictly anti-SeaWorld, anti-whale and dolphin captivity, and I'm called Mama Beluga because my daughter is referred to as Baby Beluga. So, I guess I will introduce this channel and myself by saying how I got into this. I've always kind of had a weird feeling about cetacean captivity. I've been to pretty much every single SeaWorld park. The only one I didn't really go to by choice was the one in San Antonio, Texas. I went to that one with a company I was working for as production assistant. SeaWorld actually uses the San Antonio Park pretty often when they film promotional material, as it is their least traveled park in the United States, and it's pretty easy to go there on a less busy day and film what they need to film, and they're pretty good at pretending it's one of the bigger parks, if you know what I mean. So I did that, and uh, I've been to the Orlando Park and the California Park, both when I was a kid, and I even went to the Ohio Park when it was still around, way back in the day. So I've seen all of them, and I've been to numerous aquariums in the United States, several of which have had dolphins and whales in captivity. The Coney Island Aquarium in New York City, I believe it's now called the New York Aquarium, or the New York City Aquarium. Back in the day, they used to keep dolphins and beluga whales, but sometime in the early mid 2000s, they phased them out and moved them to other parks on breeding loans, though they have explicitly stated that they have no interest in bringing them back. So to them, I give major kudos. Now they keep seals, sea lions, walruses, and sharks and other animals like that I do think are a bit easier to keep in captivity. Um, I've been to the Shed Aquarium in Chicago as a kid briefly, and they have belugas there. They are very controversial in how they've acquired their belugas back in the day, and kind of a whole weird circle of life thing they got going on with who they support. It's not very pretty. I recommend if you want to learn more about the Shed Aquarium and how they go about their beluga business, I recommend seeing the documentary A Fall from Freedom. And I've been to the Georgia Aquarium down in Atlanta, and I've been there since they've been redone with the help of Home Depot and other companies. Home Depot is probably most prevalent. They are the company that helped them build their large aquarium that holds all kinds of reef fish and manta rays, and of course, where they love to advertise the several whale sharks in captivity. What they won't tell you is that whale sharks keep dying in their care, and they keep having to go replace them. Logic would state if an animal keeps dying when you have it, you shouldn't have it, but no, they just keep on replacing those whale sharks. As cool as they look, and don't get me wrong, I thought they were cool because they are huge and mind blowing, but in hindsight, I'm like, am I really entitled to see them? I mean, I'm from Dallas. I don't, well, I live in Dallas, and if I'm really supposed to see whale sharks, I should be going to the ocean and seeing them in their turf. I shouldn't feel entitled to bring them to me, but that's just me. And they also do keep dolphins there, but I went to that aquarium during Dragon Con, and so that was a nighttime affair. So their dolphin exhibit wasn't open because they only use dolphins for shows, as you do. But I did get to see their beluga whales, and they actually have a 24/7 beluga cam if you go on their website, and I think that's kind of weird, kind of cool if you like belugas, but kind of weird. And I learned through a lot of digging around that their belugas for a time were the same belugas that were at the New York City Aquarium. Uh, that were given to them on a breeding loan, and then they were brought to the San Antonio SeaWorld while they were redoing their beluga habitat. And one of them is still there. Her name is Natasha. She's still in San Antonio. So I think it's kind of neat that a beluga I saw as a kid is now in my home state. And then the others were brought back to Georgia. I only assume Natasha was left behind because she's had several calves, and she is old for captive beluga standards, so they probably just decided not to move around anymore. Another of the New York belugas did die, either in transit or shortly after transit of being brought back to New York, and then one other is still alive. And then they have several others they got from other aquariums, and they're currently in a huge scandal with getting wild belugas captured off of Russia, which I think they really shouldn't be doing. Like, how can you say you support conservation and support wild animals if you are capturing them in the wild? And there is a documentary in the works by lovely activists in Russia. It's going to be called Born Free. Google it, look it up on Tumblr. There is a trailer out. It is in Russian, so you have to watch the subtitles. But it does shed some light on the gruesome capture and captive industry going on in Russia. Because unlike other countries, they have no permits, no regulations, and it's not a pretty picture. And any facility that supports captures, especially out of Russia, I personally think you should boycott. There are plenty of ways to show love for these animals without seeing them in a facility that supports this or going to a facility. And another facility I've been to that has captures is the Miami Seaquarium. It's about an hour away from my grandma's house in Boca Raton. She has experience in dealing with them, and they have an orca named Lolita, whose original given name by the veterinarian who worked with her was Tokite, and they called her Lolita when they introduced her to an orca they had at the time in the 70s named Hugo, and they wanted to have a themed show between them, so it was Hugo and Lolita. Hugo died in 1980, and his body, you can look this up, his body was buried in the Miami-Dade dump. But Lolita's still there, she's still alive, she's nearing 50. Some say she is, past calf-bearing age, and others say she's not, so either way, a lot of people think she's a good fit for release and rehabilitation, and I agree. They have located her pod. She was part of the notorious Puget Sound roundups off the coast of Washington State, and they've identified her pod. They believe her mother is L25 Ocean Sun, and she's still alive. And so, even if she can't have calves, at least she could be reunited with her family, and that would be that'd be a good thing because the jury's still out. Some people say Keiko's release in the 2000s was a failure. Others say it wasn't because he did die, but he died in the wild. And he did die of disease that many animals die from. He died of pneumonia. Many of them died from that in the wild. Many died from that in captivity. So the people who work for SeaWorld and other organizations saying that it was a failure that he died, there are numerous documented incidences of their own animals dying of pneumonia. You can't exactly avoid that. So I consider it a success. He died wild, he died free, he died happy. And I think it bodes well for future orcas to be released. And so that's me. Welcome to my channel. I posted this because one of their senior people, I believe the CEO of SeaWorld, just stepped down today. Of course, he got paid several $1,000,000 to step down, so it's not quite a win. That money could have, gone towards helping animals. We did just have a loss in the southern residents of Washington. We lost Rhapsody, and that's, they could have put money towards helping them out. Instead, they paid off this guy to step down, but whatever, it's SeaWorld. So yeah, that's me. I will be making various video tributes and other stuff in the future. I am also working on a film about cetacean captivity, so you can see more updates about that on my Tumblr and my Twitter. And so that's me, Mom Beluga, signing off. Bye!